ribs. We're talking beef ribs today. Not just small beef ribs, massive beef ribs. So I'm gonna tell you a lot about them. I'm gonna explain to you why I like them, because they're delicious and they're succulent and tender and fatty, and they just are incredible. They do take a long time, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. So we're gonna start trimming these things, and I'm gonna show you the whole process, and we're gonna go through it all. So let's get trimming here. So you wanna start off with a very sharp knife, and also it's much easier if your meat's cold. So definitely don't like pull it out of the fridge before you're gonna trim. This makes it so much easier. All right, so these are plate ribs, or AKA dinosaur ribs, because they're massive, and they're pretty readily available. Your grocery store, butchers, sometimes they won't have them out front, but if you ask, they usually have them in the back. So let's see here. We're gonna do the membrane first, because this will just allow more seasoning to get in there, and it's gonna just penetrate more. So let's get a paper towel, because that makes it much easier. There it is. Grab a couple of these guys. All right. So you just want to start in the corner here and kind of just slowly peel up. This just gives you a better grip on it, and you just want to tear these things off, and it's actually a very satisfying feeling, especially if you get one off in a whole rip. All right. Almost got that one off. This is like silver skin and fat, like it's like the belly fat, so it doesn't render out very well. So you definitely, I mean, some people leave it on. I just like take it off because of the fact that you do get a lot more seasoning. I feel like it just adds more flavor, especially we're using the beef one today, so you're actually like massaging into it, so it really gets in there. All right, get the next one off here. Okay, and then so I just really think beef ribs is, I love it more than brisket. I love it more than brisket. I just like the fattiness of it, and it's so decadent. All right, let's get this one off. So yeah, I'll tell you a little bit more about it. So we're gonna be rubbing this down with some beef bouillon powder mixed with olive oil, which is it's delicious on everything, and it's got a lot of MSG in it, which makes it extremely delicious. And besides that, I really have no idea what's in it besides the hydrated beef broth. All right, get this in our garbage over here. Make sure you have a clean workspace. So I just like to trim these, get all the silver skin off, and just kind of even them out. So once you get under the silver skin, it really makes it much easier. It's kind of hard to start, but using a sharp knife, like a very sharp knife, I'm using a boning knife, and it just really helps with getting these nice and flat. All right, so get under there. And yeah, like another trick too, like you can also throw these into like freezer for 30 minutes, and that'll just make it even easier to trim off. Get that piece off there. And after this, we're gonna mix up our beef bouillon paste. We're gonna massage that in there. We're going to make our Spritz after that. We're gonna get them on the grill, and these are so good, like insanely good. All right, so we got that one done. This guy going here. I just wanna get the knife right under there and just run it forward, smooth as possible. So, I think I've trimmed a couple thousand beef ribs, and like we've cooked like hundreds of racks at once. So it's definitely something that I've grown to love and really dialed in the cooking process of it. Okay. Yeah, so once you're done, actually to really smooth it, I'm gonna take this one piece off here. So yeah, you kind of take it like a razor, and you can literally just make it nice and smooth. You can see it just kind of scrapes up all those little hairs sticking up, not actually hairs, like pieces of beef that might look like hair. Okay, almost done here. One more piece here. And this is gonna be it's gonna be a long cook. This isn't for the weeknight or after school meal. This is something you want to have a whole day, lots of stuff to do. Like when I was doing these the other day, testing it out, I was able to get a lot of stuff done. Cleaned up my entire yard, picked up dog, gave my dogs a bath, vacuumed my house, did the dishes, did laundry, cleaned out my garden boxes, went and bought soil, filled them up, and so had a fire actually too, burned all the brush. So it's a great all-day project that you can just sit there and monitor. It's really fun. Okay, let's see. So next what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna leave these in the fridge uncovered overnight. So we're gonna put them on a cooling rack on a sheet tray. And that way you just get some airflow under there, and it's actually kind of like you're curing the meat in a way, a little overnight cure. It'll dry out a lot and just give you an insane bark. So next we're gonna move on to making our seasoning paste, and we're using that in black pepper. And another great thing about this is that the black pepper really adheres and sticks to it, which also helps you develop even better bark. So this is about 8 tablespoons of beef bouillon. And we're gonna do about 4 tablespoons of olive oil. We're gonna whisk this up and just kind of form like a paste that's, I don't know, it's just a little less thick than toothpaste. It's kind of the texture I could describe it. That's all right, there's little chunks in there. All right. Put this down here. Grab some gloves, because this is a little messy. It gets on your hands, so if you have gloves, I mean, use them. If not, it's not gonna kill you. All right. There we go. All right, let's get these things rubbed up. Start on this side. Just pour a little on here and just massage it in. Give it a nice rub down, like you're giving your friend a very nice massage. All right. You want to just make sure you get all over, sides, backs, fronts, a nice even coat. Okay. Let's put this one aside for a minute. So let's turn it this way. There we go. Bring our other one up. Same thing. Oh yeah. These are freaking good. Like they're so good. Same thing, all over the sides, fronts. And then once we're done doing this, we're gonna give it a very heavy coating of black pepper. At least that's, I love black pepper. You don't have to go as heavy as I do, but I highly recommend it. It goes great with all the other flavors, the Spritz. We're using Worcestershire sauce, apple juice, apple cider vinegar. So all those flavors really, they just combine and make just a really balanced, delicious umami flavor. Okay. Get this side. That's looking good. Done with that. Oops. Another glove on. Where did I put the gloves again? Damn it. I actually lost them. Ah, to the left. They're there. Yeah, now we're just gonna do a very heavy coat of black pepper. And we're using coarse ground black pepper. Add some texture to it as well. You know, like a little black pepper crunch. Let's see, we got some. Here we go. So, start on the back side here. We're just gonna sprinkle it on. Rub around a little bit. Do our sides here. Make sure to get it on all sides. Just top this one. Okay, get a nice even coat. Even as possible. All right. These things are heavy, so make sure you've been working out before you try and carry 2 of them. They're like, I mean, they got some weight to them. All right, let's go to the fridge. Go. So these have been sitting overnight, and you can see how much it's set up, and it just looks, it's kind of cured, and this is what gives you that stained bark and just so much flavor all the way through the meat. So we're also gonna put our meter in because this just makes it so much easier to track your cook. You can see it on your phone, and these are kind of stuck in there. All right, there we go. I don't know, it just sometimes doesn't come out. All right, so we're gonna wanna take our meter probe and we're gonna put this in the thickest part of the meat in between the bone. So in this one's looking like right there. Make sure you push it all the way up to the line. This one's looking good right here. All right, and yeah, this just like, I mean, if you wanna go golfing or you're doing your yard work and your watch goes off your phone, you can just see it. You don't have to open the grill till you spritz it, but at least opening it less so you don't have to check on the temp constantly. All right, let's go to the grill. Don't worry about these ones. Those are for later. All right, let's go back to the table. We're gonna make our spritz. Wipe this down one more time. Always good to have a very clean workspace and organized too. Okay, now for the spritz. So this is, I mean, like I said, it's super simple. This is literally just apple cider vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, and apple juice. And what we're gonna use today is we have our spritz bottle that you can buy from any local, you know, store that sells gardening supplies, anything like that, barbecue supply. This one, you know, they're super cheap, really useful. I like this one because it has a pump, and we're cooking a lot of ribs today, so if I was to use this one, it's just, my hand would be like falling off. So this makes it much nicer. So we're gonna use this one today. Very convenient. So really all we're gonna do is open this up. We're gonna add, I mean, this doesn't have to be perfect, we're just eyeballing this, but about a cup of each. So like 1/2 cup, about a cup, perfect. Oops. We're gonna add our apple cider vinegar, same thing. Maybe like a 2-second pour, 4-second pour. And then last but not least, apple juice, if I can actually make this. All right, let's see here. Oop, there we go. Okay. And next we're just gonna put this lid on and we are going to just give it a shake. All right, hold on, didn't go on. We're gonna put the lid on and give it a shake. There we go. And we're gonna give it a few pumps. There we go, now it's on. There we go. It sounds like a weird dying animal. But I'm telling you, this will save your hand. All right, next we're gonna go to our grill and we're gonna spritz our ribs that are about halfway point. So, like I said, these ones have been on there for about 4 to 5 hours. And when we're gonna turn the grill up to 275, and usually that's around, I like to do it when the temperature hits like 160. So we're gonna spritz these guys right here. Nice, even spritz. I mean, and also, why you wanna spritz them so much also is because you're not wrapping these in between the cook, so they're gonna be on there for a long time, and this just really keeps moisture in, like it builds up the bark, so it's just gonna give you a very juicy, delicious product at the end. So we're gonna pull our ribs off the grill now. They should, I like to get them to about 203 or 204. Seems to me like the magic number. So we're gonna grab our handy dandy cotton gloves. These are great because you don't burn your hands and you can grab the meat and not break it. Sometimes these can be delicate, so using your hands is just, I like it better than tongs. Okay. Let's get these off. These are just cotton gloves you can find anywhere with just some nitrile gloves over them. But it really does make a difference. Okay. All right, let's pull these off. These are looking absolutely insane. And look at the bark on these. That is absolutely beautiful. Get rid of this stuff real quick so we got some more space. All right. Grab our other one. All right, so the next step here is we're actually gonna wrap these in butcher paper and then plastic wrap. The reason for the butcher paper is so the bones don't puncture it, so they can be pretty sharp. So we're gonna grab that stuff. Another trick I'll show you here. Oh yeah, it's on our little handy dandy roller over here. Do about like a 20-inch piece. Yeah. All right, so another trick to doing this is that you can actually spritz the table, and then you'll spritz the paper, and it'll actually make it more pliable, stick, it won't roll up on you. So, we're gonna do that right now. Put these right here. Grab our spritz again down here. And we're just gonna give it a little spritz. A little bit spritz. All right. Put this down. Give this another spritz. It's nice and sticky on there. No rolling up. All right, grab our plastic wrap. And then we're gonna grab our beef ribs. These will be hot, but trained professional here, hands can handle it. Pull our meter out. I like to do these just meat side down. That way it just, I don't know. That way I think that makes it actually easier for not puncturing it, easier to wrap too. So we're just gonna kind of wrap these. Really just, it doesn't have to cover it, just really just block the bones. I'm gonna take our cellophane here. Get our ribs on here. I'm gonna do about like, I don't know, like five layers of this. Oh no. Plastic wrap. Did it again. Stab it, you mother. This is like. All right, let's try this again. Now we got our saran wrap fixed. We'll just leave this one on there. Okay. Round two. Pull it out. Get it on there, and like I said, you just want to do about, I don't know, 5 or 6 wraps. Just make sure you make it nice and tight. You just want to really seal it up. And these, after I do the next one, are going to go into a cooler to rest for just about an hour. That's all you need. Okay, one more here. Spritz down again. Paper, spritz that. And this is, I mean, the reason for the plastic wrap is just really to like soften the bark up. I just think it keeps a little moisture in, softens the bark, and just gives you a better texture. Like not so crunchy, which I like. I just think sometimes the bark is this thick after you've left it, like not wrapped it halfway through. It just really kind of, it's too much sometimes. So that's why I like to do this. All right, pull our meter probe out, same thing. Okay, so next we are going to rest these in our cooler. So you got a cooler here. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything special. It's only resting for an hour, so really anything will work. It's not like you're resting for like 3 or 4 hours like a brisket. And guess what? We already got some rested, so we don't have to wait. We'll get these ones in there though. And yeah, just 1 hour. And let's open these up and see how we did. And make sure also you have a nice sharp knife to slice through them, because they tend, sometimes they're so tender that they might fall apart, but if you did it right, then they'll be perfect. Like you'll see. I'll show you. Let's go with this one first. And they smell absolutely insane. Let's unwrap them here. Oh yeah, these look incredible. Come on, wrapped it up too tight, I guess. All right. Yeah, and you can see like the bark actually has like softened up a lot. At this point too, like that's what you want. A little jiggle, a little squish. They're looking very good. Okay, let's open the other one. All right, so let's slice into these. All right, let's go right through the bone there. You can already tell they are very juicy. I mean, look at that. All right, let's slice into the other one, and then we'll take a bite. Go. Right there. All right. Look at that. Insane. Let's take a bite, see how we did. Holy it was so good. All the flavors, and the beef bouillon, the texture, that black pepper, with the Worcestershire, apple juice, apple cider vinegar, everything just goes together so well. And wrapping in plastic like that, it's amazing. This type of bark here this is what I like. Hey, you got what you do with it here. All right, I guess you can have some. All right. How's that tasting? How'd we do?
Oh my God. So good.
These are the best beef ribs you'll ever have in your freaking life. And for more recipes, visit Traeger.com. Is that what you're doing? Right? We're running on it? Huh?